because the season of the fish smells like trout. My dear friends, family, and folks at home, hello! I'm your host, David, of Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix. Here in Great Falls, Montana is our last stop, babes. I am currently standing in front of the world's largest rain buffalo. That's right, this mutant is crossed with a rainbow trout and a buffalo. It has been one hell of a ride here at Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix. We have been through 6 provinces and states. We have been through 2 countries. We have been through 65 attractions with 64 outfits, because that one day was so friggin' hot I didn't want to change. And one very tired day then. Now, besties, I want to thank you for joining me on this wild tour. And who knows, one day we might have Does Size Matter Part 3. Look at its little feet with the fins on the feet. So come on down to Great Falls, Montana. And if you do, make sure to wear something bright and sparkly so you catch the attention of every driver along the way. If I had more than 2 brain cells to rub together to come up with another fish joke, I would. But we have seen so many friggin' fish on this tour, I've had it with the fish. I'm so sparkly. Thank you for joining us. And for the last time, I'm your host, David, of Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix. Let's go! And join me as I go back to my bed and sleep for about 18 days. And I think that's it. I think that's it, bestie. You want to go ride a buffalo? Bye! Today, on a very special segment of Does Size Matter? Pierogies, sausages, golf tees, lamps. What do all of those have in common? I don't know. I didn't go to law school. But today, we will discover, does size truly matter? Let's take a look. You see, here in Bicycle, we're gonna start off with our first honorable mention. Not the world's largest, but pretty impressive nonetheless. We have Squirt the skunk. Now, does size really matter when it comes to your skunks? I'll let you decide. Next up on Does Size Matter, we're here in Trochu, Alberta, where you can find the world's largest golf tee. Now, does size matter? I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. This is surprisingly large in person with a gorgeous little waterfall. Everything you would need, 10 out of 10. Now we're in Lacombe, Alberta, where you can find the largest fishing lure. Now, you may be thinking, does size matter when it comes to your fishing lure? And I say that it depends on what you're trying to catch. You see, here in Pinoca, we have the world's largest bucking saddle bronc horse and rider. And you may be wondering, does size matter when it comes to your bucking saddle bronc horse rider? And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say yes, because in this situation, you do get a good bang for your buck. Welcome back to Does Size Matter? Now we're in Donalda, where we have the world's largest lamp. It's an old maiden type of lamp. Is it lighting up your life? Let me know in the comments section. And here in Heisler, you can find this big mitt. It's not the world's largest though. It is an honorable mention. And here in Heisler, you can find this big mitt. It's not the world's largest though. It is an honorable mention. Welcome back to Does Size Matter? And right now we're in Vegreville, Alberta, where behind me you will see the world's largest Ukrainian Easter egg. Now you may be thinking, does size matter when it comes to your eggs? And normally it wouldn't, but when they're this big and gorgeous and spinning in the wind, size doesn't matter. The long-awaited moment. Welcome back to Does Size Matter? And now we are in Glendon at the world's largest pierogi. I told you I had something to go with your sausage, and I did not disappoint. Look at this pierogi behind me, incredibly large. And you know what? You might be thinking, does size matter when it comes to pierogies? Absolutely not. It matters what's inside. Welcome to Vilna, where you will find the world's largest mushrooms. Now you may be thinking, does size matter when it comes to your mushrooms? And I think size doesn't matter as much as quantity. You see there's 3 here behind me. We love odd numbers, so when it comes to your mushrooms, size does not matter. Thanks, Vilna. Here in Andrew, Alberta is where you will find the world's largest mallard duck. Now here, this is our 3rd last stop, so really sunk it in here. The Andrew Lions Park has really done a wonderful job here with this mallard. Now you may be thinking, Does size matter when it comes to your mallards? And I'm not one to be particular with fowl, but I would say size doesn't matter when it comes to your mallard. Welcome back to Does Size Matter? In a very special and surprise edition, I bring to you these stone statues. Now, about 1 hour outside of Vegreville, you will find these stone statues, and I'm so happy to have some Indigenous representation along our tour of landmarks today as well. When you think of Vegreville and the Ukrainian Easter egg, when you think of the pierogi, they're all very colonial, and if you think of the idea of the world's largest, it sounds very European and capitalistic. So I love that these stone statues are out here as well. They're not advertised at all. I've never seen them. They're real. They're stone and marble. They're incredible. Does size matter? Who cares? Now, while this attraction in St. Paul may not fit in the category of the world's largest, it does fit into the category of roadside attractions, honey. Here in St. Paul, you can find an actual UFO landing pad where the town of St. Paul has decided to leave this year in case any aliens decide to come and visit. That's not a joke. That's legitimately what the sign says right out there. Now, does size matter when it comes to your landing pads? I think it does. Now, although it is not the world's largest, here at the end of our journey is Canada's largest dragonfly here in Wabamun, Alberta. Now you may be wondering, David, what is the answer to the age-old question, does size truly matter? And by a marvel of science, I have the answer for you tonight. And the answer is, it depends. Don't ask me, I'm not a scientist. Make sure to like and subscribe. Goodbye. Today, on a very, very special, exclusive requested edition of Does Size Matter? I'm out here in Cheadle, Alberta, where you will find the world's largest Cheeto. You know, I really thought I'd be able to get up and climb this bad boy, but she's fenced in, big fingers, you know, Cheeto dust on the fingers, as you can see right about there. I was really hoping that there would be a location in this town that I could go buy some Cheetos. Gas station, anything, but no. The only Cheeto out here in Cheadle is this one. Welcome to the High Level Bridge, where the views are high, the trains are loud, and the engineers were obviously overcompensating for something. But don't be fooled, this bridge has more character than a bag of Muppets. This bridge is like a giant metal rainbow in the air, but instead of finding a pot of gold at the end of this bridge, you get to enjoy the lovely aroma of train exhaust fumes. From up here, you can see to the other side of the city, which is fantastic if you are a nosy neighbor, a bird enthusiast, or you just really love the color beige. Long romantic walks on the High Level Bridge are also a popular pastime, so bring up your loved ones and enjoy the sweeping views of the river, the mountains, and trains whizzing past you. So come on down to the High Level Bridge, where the air is thin, the puns are terrible, and the memories will last a lifetime. The High Level Bridge, a symbol of the city's commitment to engineering and design, or just some big metal thing that trains like to walk on. Either way, it's worth checking out. And welcome to the city of Lethbridge, where we are proud to boast the fact that we have the world's largest wind gauge. Yes, you heard that right. Here in Lethbridge, we're so obsessed with wind that we built this giant metal ball just to measure it. I mean, who needs arts and culture when you have a ball this size, am I right? I mean, look at this thing. You can see it from meters away. And you know, some people might think it's not practical or necessarily even useful. But I believe that it represents Lethbridge's commitment to, well, something. I'm not sure what it is, but really look at it. It is truly something. Why settle for a dinky little wind gauge that can barely measure wind at all? Because when you build something like this, you don't build it for your own amusement. Oh no, you build something like this for the world. So come on down to the world's largest wind gauge and truly be amazed. But be careful, we don't want you blowing away in the wind, unless that's what you're looking for. I'm no snitch. It's corn. I'm gonna get up on the corn. You wanna watch me get up on the corn? I think you wanna watch me get up on the corn. You ever feel like you're being stalked? We've got a very corny story for you today out here in Tabor, and I'm not just talking about the jokes. You see, here you will find the world's largest stalk of corn. And if you climb all the way to the top, you'll be rewarded with a view of, well, Tabor. Now I know what you're thinking. What's the big deal about an ear of corn? But let me tell you, this thing is simply irresistible. This corn is so big that it attracts visitors from all around the world. It's honestly just like a celebrity, but instead of being surrounded by paparazzi, it's surrounded by ostriches and cows. Now, rumor has it out here in Tabor that you can see this ear of corn from space, but honestly, I think that's just a bunch of crop. So if you ever find yourself out here in Tabor, make sure to stop by the world's largest stalk of corn. And who knows, it might inspire you to do your own big corn thing. This is a heartbreaking situation. This bean is not just big, it's a living testament to the power of dreams and the perseverance of farmers everywhere. But we can still make a difference. For just a few dollars a day, you can help save this bean from getting turned into a beanbag chair. With your support, we can ensure that this bean continues to inspire generations to come. It's simple. Just visit our website at beansavers.org and make a donation today. Every penny counts, and with your help, we can show the world that this bean is worth more than just its weight in beans. Let's show the world what good we can do when we come together for a good bean. Pinto McBean welcomes you. Okay, welcome back to the world's largest. I'm out here standing in Bow Island in front of the world's largest pinto bean, Pinto McBean, if you will. And I'm really excited to talk about this bean of distinction. I wonder what this plaque says. Pinto McBean. He is the big cheese of the bean world and the big bean of the cheese world. You know, out here in Bow Island, all you need is a bean sprout and a dream. Where you been? He's bigger than I thought. Oh, he's thick. Do you ever want to feel like you're golfing with a telephone pole? Because here in Bow Island, they have a real hole-in-one here with the world's largest putter. I'm feeling pretty teed off. That's one way to assert your dominance on the green. Don't you feel so small and inadequate? So come on down to Bow Island and hit a hole in one. I said a home run in the other one. So come on down to Bow Island if you want to hit a hole-in-one on the moon. I forget how many things you touch outside when we make these videos because I'm like all over the things. I feel like we need a few pics in front of it even though I don't want them. It's so big that you might need a stepladder in order to get a whiff of it. Through the miracle of photosynthesis, I am standing in front of the world's largest sunflower. It's so big that bees have to take a safety training module in order to land on it. So come on down to... I have no idea. Seriously, where are we? This is a dinosaur. Welcome to Jurassic Park. I'm out here in Drumheller, Alberta, where you will find the world's largest dinosaur. Now, don't let the little arms fool ya. What Tony the T-Rex lacks in arms, he more than makes up for in teeth. This dinosaur is so large, you can take the stairs all the way for a panoramic view of Drumheller. Now, this baby is a national and provincial award winner, and why wouldn't she be? Look at the size of that tail. So if you're ever out here in Drumheller, make sure to stop at the world's largest dinosaur. I once unsuccessfully ran half a marathon in this town. This really puts the bean to shame, doesn't it? Do you need to go to the dentist? Ugh. There's a hole there. Because where are we? Torrington. And what do we do in Torrington? Well, we stuff gophers out here in Torrington. It's so important to us, we have a museum dedicated just to that. You see, in this museum, we have a lot of gophers, and these gophers are stuffed, like they were real gophers, I believe. Taxidermied gophers out here in Torrington, Alberta, which is a little bit morbid now that we're looking at Glen T. Gopher? Clem T. Gopher. Look at his bulbous feet. That's interesting. There's a hole there. Okay, Clem T. Gopher. I feel like there's a joke supposed to be there for the name, but I don't get it, so that's okay. God, yeah, that's his tail. That's his tail. What in the world? Ugh! There's a hole there. Welcome to the town that I am currently. And here in Nanton, you'll find these large airplanes. You'll notice that this is the PP-616, the Bomber Command Museum of Canada. Take a look at that plane. Because baby, this is huge. I'm out here in Nanton standing in front of the PP-616. To my dear friends, family, and folks at home. Besties, no. Bestie, don't adjust your television sets. This, in fact, is not one of the world's largest, but it is something that's comically small. Now, on the literal side of the highway, you can find this little number. Thank you to Bill, Rita, and family. Find me a church. I've done everything everybody else has wanted me to do. I need peace in my heart, and I need it now. Find me a church.
Find me a church. I've done everything everybody else wants to do. Find me a church to go to. I need peace in my heart. I need it now. Bring me.
Do you want to see me in front of tiny things? I think you want to see me in front of tiny things. It opens. Come in here right now. It is so sweltering hot. Today's scripture, how to respect the LGBTQ community, because the gays just know how to do stuff. I'm the gays dying in the church because it's so hot. Do I think that Jesus is the light of the world? Of course not. That's me. So if you're ever in need of some solemn prayer, time away, or just a quiet, incredibly hot space, come out here to Bellevue, where you can find the Back to God Chapel. I'm sure they'll treat you right. Good God, I'm so hot. I just the Lulu in here. You have 3 seconds to guess what this belongs to. It's a little terrifying up close, I gotta be honest. But on the highway between Fort Macleod and Lethbridge, you will find what I believe to be the Ogopogo. Do you want to traumatize your children? Come on out to the Ogopogo. She's very long. I'm just assuming we're a she. What would you assume she is? She's just a woman in her 30s trying to make everything work. If you're ever in the mood for some roadside excitement and you're driving from Fort Macleod to Lethbridge, stop on by the Ogopogo. You won't regret it. She's very long, she's green, she's mysterious, and you know what? She's giving us everything. Here on my Instagram, we care a lot about size. Where do you think I am right now? Might this be a smaller comparison of something that you know in real life? She's beautiful, she's gorgeous, she's a model, but for some reason, she still feels small. I wish I could tell you how to get here, but to be honest, we just took the back roads long enough to get close, and then we just parked and walked through the middle of some farmer's field. Turns out some farmers will chase you down in their cute little golf cart. He was very happy to accommodate our filming request. She's big, she's beautiful, she's a model, and looks like Linda Evangelista. But by contrast to the bridge we know and love, she's small, and she teaches us all a lesson that size is just perspective. Are you looking for a piggy bank of size? Are you feeling piggy? You like this piggy? Here I am on this big pig. Out here in Coleman, you can find the world's largest piggy bank. Now, I'm not porking. This big beauty is an actual functioning piggy bank. A coin slot and everything. What did the pig say on the hot summer day? I'm bacon. Also known to miners as a dinky. This dinky could pull loads of up to 200 tons. Never tell a pig your secrets. They always squeal. 200-ton loads. So if you have any spare change, come on out to Coleman and put it in my pig hole. You won't regret it. You should never trust a pig with your finances. Come and get your pig. Do you have hormones rushing through your body? Hi, my name's David, and here we are in Cowley, Alberta, where you will find this black beauty. It is one of 3 Tyrannosaurus Rex skeletons to be found in Western Canada. Now that you know that little piece of information, here's some terrible puns. Bestie, don't call the Triceratops on me, because it does say don't fly. That sign doesn't apply to me because I can't read. Imagine knowing you're a T-Rex the moment it happens. Science is getting close. They found a hormone variant that better predicts early pregnancy. This is my job. I go out and find things of size. To my dear friends, family, and folks at home, I'm out here in Black Diamond, Alberta, where you can find the world's largest black diamond. Because out here in Black Diamond, you probably won't be running into Rihanna. All you're gonna find here is small town Albertans. Lucky you. It's clearly not a real black diamond, though. It is made out of metal, and honey, she looks weathered. Because this town is jam-packed of little treasures. Would you believe that this thing is free to see at your leisure out here in Black Diamond? We hope to see you soon. Shine bright like a diamond. The way that people drive by us when we're making videos like this, like that whole truck, all were rubbernecking. I think it's because these people are like, yeah, this is just a little town where the little black diamond is. Like, you don't give a because it's just your house. But it's like the people with the pierogi too. Like those children that were just playing on the pierogi. Like, even our bestie coming down the street here is already staring at me. Hi. Because out here in Black Diamond, you probably won't be running into Rihanna. All you'll find are small town Albertans that stare at you until you say hello. He waves. Yeah, he waves. Because people will so blatantly stare at you until you like go, hello. But like every single person is out here like rubbernecking us. Me? Rock your world? Out here in Okotoks? I do think. Hi, I'm David and welcome to just a quirky rock. This rock out here near Okotoks is called the Okotoks Erratic, or the rock that ran. Well, let's get a closer look. You know what they say about these things. Igneous is bliss. It's a hard rock life for... You better not take this rock for granted because it has a lot of sentimental value. Run, don't rock down to this formation. Now I'm not shailing. Not to quarry, bestie. This rock is going to be here for centuries to come. So when you have the time, come on down to Okotoks. My name is Bella Hadid. Make sure you get the rock in there. You better rock, better rock. I can't. What's the joke? I forget that you better walk, better run. Don't walk down here. You better rock, you better. Now you better rock. You better run. RR, run, rock. You better run, don't rock. That joke is exhausting. You better run. You better run, don't walk to this, again, I said it wrong. You better run, don't rock to this formation, bestie. You better walk. What's Fred Flintstone's favorite kind of soda? Mountain Yabba Dabba Doo. But that's the point though. You should be shaking your head watching this. Pop off, sis. Once you pop, you can't stop. So if you're feeling so depressed, if you legitimately think this is funny, seek therapy. What's Michael Jackson's favorite pop? Pepsi. And it's made out of glass, just like a real bottle. So if you're feeling sweet, thick, and bubbly, what do you call the opposite of Sprite? Splash. Yeah, the resemblance is uncanny. Is Pepsi okay? Pepsi's never okay. I like my men like I like my soda. Insert some joke that I don't know. It's very schmutzy. Hi, my name's David, and welcome to my house. Go on in. You know, we're out here doing the most in Sparwood. And what can you find in Sparwood? The world's largest truck. You can find it nestled right behind a Subway A&W mix. I own 51% of this damn truck. So come on out to Sparwood where you can see this big dump of a truck. You won't be disappointed. Oh, hello there. And that is so wet. Hello and welcome to Saskatchewan. Hello and welcome to Does Size Matter? Part 2, the remix. I'm out here in Saskatchewan, Alberta, where... I'm out here in Saskatchewan, Alberta. We've done a lot of Alberta things. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Land of the living skies, except for today. 49 states. No, not 49 states. Saskatchewan. And then as long as I'm not too close, I'm out here in Saskatchewan, where our trip begins. Where do you think we're going? Saskatchewan. Honey, if it ain't Saskatchewan, I don't want it. I don't want to use all my good bits here because I'm just a quirky girl doing quirky bits. I think that's it. I think that's all. Because, oh, hi. I'm just a quirky Pontics. Because, baby, this is Pontics. I wonder what people must think when we're in, like, when they see us standing in front of the sign like this is a destination. We did drive quite far for Pontics. You won't believe what we're gonna find in Pontics. I won't believe what we find in Pontics. Out here in Pontics, Saskatchewan, we're doing things differently. Welcome visitors, that's us. The sign needs a little love. I'm out here in Pontics, Saskatchewan, where you will find Pontics, Saskatchewan. Hydroponics. Join me doing all this other stuff. Do you need a new sleep paralysis demon? Hi, my name's David, and I'm out here in Pontics, Saskatchewan, where you will find Mo the dinosaur. Mo, of course, being short for homosexual. It would look as if the teeth are homemade, which is a sentence I didn't think I'd ever say. This guy's character is nothing short of prehistoric. There's a crack in his neck. I want to lean on this, but if I slide, that thing's going straight up my... No, that's not gonna work, I'm sliding! Do you believe in evolution? Hi, my name's David, and I'm out here in Pontics, Saskatchewan, where you can find... Oh yeah, because what is it actually called? Plesiosaur. Nothing will triceratops this dinosaur. One time, I met a dinosaur who was a sorceress. She put me in a real Tyrannosaurus Rex. I can literally feel it crumbling underneath me. This crack is getting bigger. My neck, my back. My dinosaur attack. Oh, that's prickly. I mean, look at his face. You can't sit there and tell me he's anything but a flamer. Real nightmare fuel. You believe in miracles. Where are you from? Huh! You Pontics thing. Now this beauty is called a plesiosaur. Now you may be thinking, please, what does that mean? And to be honest, I don't know either. I'm just here to serve looks, stunning pretty. I'm that of Pontics City. That sign doesn't apply to me because I can't read. Didn't mean to barge in on ya. Feeling naughty? Hello there and welcome back to Does Size Matter Part 2 the remix. I'm bored out of my mind. This really makes my bow stern. Hi, my name's David and I'm standing in front of the Sukanen sunken ship just outside of Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Now it's pronounced Sukanen or Suckanen, depending on where you're from. And I mean, oh boy, these views are fantastic. That's very impressive. I like big boats and I cannot lie. What's up, dog? What's the only vegetable not allowed on a boat? I will eat. What's a boat's favorite movie? The Godfather. No ship, Sherlock. This thing is off the hook. I ain't shipping ya. This thing may not make it to the Suez Canal, but it will make it in your heart. So come on down to the Sukanen or Suckanen prairie ship. You may be disappointed, but that's okay. You can have very Pacific taste. I won't blame you. And welcome to Moose Jaw, where you can find the world's largest pair of... Oh my god. Oh, that's super embarrassing. Let's go to the right side. Whew, that's moose better. Hopefully that mistake doesn't land me in the moose paper. Yeah, so this is a moose. I want you to pop that Big Mac moose right in this little garage. What do you call a moose that plays the piano? A musician. If you want to see this big moosey, come on down to Moose Jaw, where everything's anonymous. I'm just a quirky moose doing moose things. Do you say moose or mises? Do you say mise or mise en scène? Moose en scène. My name is Musa indeed. Because down here in Moose Jaw, they've created quite the little moose en scène. Little garage. You say mooses or meese? So hoof it on down to Moose Jaw, where you can find Mac. I'm just gonna start with the song. Hi, it's just a man. You can tell me that your dog ran away. No, not waving, just staring. Then tell me that it took 3 days. My dear friends, family, and folks at home, I am in Rollo, Saskatchewan, where the popular hit television comedy series Corner Gas was filmed. I heard every joke. This ain't your dog's river anymore. I heard everyone you say. I don't know if it's just because I grew up in this area, think there's not a lot going on, or if it's because we're Canadian, look closer, buddy, you're so wrong, or if it was just a really good show. Did you love Corner Gas? That's why we can stay so long. There was an episode where Dog River was trying to increase tourism by building the world's largest. And while they were experimenting with things like the world's largest hoe, pause for laughter, where there's not a lot going on, they landed on putting prairie dogs everywhere around Dog River Now, I haven't seen any prairie dog statues, but I have ran over about 15 of them on the highway so far. You see, here at Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix, we take our world's largest things very seriously. There was one episode of Corner Gas where they were trying to drum up tourism, so they wanted to build the world's largest something. Now, they experimented with things like the world's largest hoe. However, they did go with the idea of putting up prairie dogs and painting them. Now, I haven't seen any of those in this town, but I have ran over about 10 of them on the highway, so it feels like the same thing. It's not a prairie dog, but it's something with lashes. So the episode where Wanda discovers Red Bull and drinks way too many at once. Or the episode that Lacey has to go to traffic school because she doesn't obey the laws and regulations of a yield sign. Then tell me that it took 3. That's true. The way that I still use that bit in my everyday life, always going through a yield sign, it's just a suggestion. Speed limits? Just a suggestion. Quit knitting, which is just fun to say. Quit knitting. Quit knitting. And I will never call anybody a jackass without immediately thinking of Oscar. I'm Oscar. Jackass. And one of my favorite quotes from Emma is when Wanda asked if she was okay, she responded with, "Why? Because I don't have a smile pasted on my face 24/7 like a moron." The episode where they were trying to figure out who painted Grad 68 up on the water tower. So come on down to Rollo, Saskatchewan for a howling good time if you want the Dog River experience. And hey, it's a lot better here than in Woolerton. So cool. Yeah, can you imagine living in this house? All these idiots out here making videos. My favorite Wanda episode is when she pretended to be Judge Judy and she was handling people's disputes behind the counter, and she goes, "Silence! I mean, order!" The episode where Oscar and Emma get into Ukrainian dancing. Quit knitting. Quit knitting. It's even fun to say. Quit knitting. Chili cheese dogs. You see, when I lived in Toronto, things were different. When Oscar and Emma were getting a new sidewalk and Wanda was dying to write her name in the concrete as it was drying. And after she did, everybody was blaming her, and she said, "How do you know that was me? That could have meant Wizards Against Naked Dancing in Alberta." I did not come here to talk about who did now what. The trivia episode in this bar. Yeah, that's right, my truck is busted. Or the pink eye episode where Wanda had pink eye and was rubbing it all over the counter. All right. The episode where Wanda drank way too much Red Bull and Emma took her home to come weed the garden, and she did the whole thing in like 2 minutes. I did not come here to talk about who did what to which one. Or when Brent and Oscar got stuck on the roof. I don't remember anything I said. Yeah, good times out here in Corner Gas. Little action shots. Here is second. This is gonna be just really quite a scene if anybody's watching. Oh, and there is. Okay. Or the episode where they take the four-way stop and turn it into a traffic light and the whole town goes insane. I remember when Wanda, Oscar, Hank, and one other older person pull up to the four-way stop and Wanda goes, "Great, 2 geriatrics and an idiot. I'm never getting home." Jane Austen bandages. But what's the line between like addressing the past and trying to make something beautiful out of it, but also being sad because the history is so horrendous? In the 1800s, the population of the First Nations people was ravaged by diseases such as smallpox. Brought by the Europeans, their remains were placed on the hills southwest of the town, which became known as the Indian Head Hills. God, we're out here giving a history lesson. The railway arrived in 1882 and the townsfolk proposed to call this community Indian Head. The Indian Head statue was commissioned to honor this history. That's horrendous. We've seen so much terrible history. I've been in comedy too long, but I can't be funny because this isn't funny. There's so, it's just frustrating because like things like these can be so beautiful, but the history behind it is so horrendous. Like this beautiful piece of art was commissioned to remember all of those lives lost. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a dental damn. Notre Dame. If the tip's not in it, I don't want it. I only had one root canal, Amber. Oh, bigot. Why is dental dam in my head? Oh no, I fell. Out here in Montmartre, where you can find this tower of an Eiffel. Those dentists are making a racket. Everything here is very fancy. I mean, look, we have our own water feature. Just like this Eiffel Tower out here in Montmartre. It's just a wee bit different than the Eiffel Tower you may know and love. But in this direction, if you travel about 6,000 kilometers, you will find the real Eiffel Tower. This place gives me the crepes. I love. Is the sun playing through the holes? So if you love the idea of being in... Sorry, I started smoking. Oh my God, I'm smoking in Paris. So if you love the idea of going to Paris, but don't have the money to go, I don't have the money, come on down to Montmartre. From the true north, Amber, actually from the northwest. Come on down to Montmartre. It's the next best thing. And baby, here's hoping that our paths croissant sometime soon. Goodbye. Baguette. Welcome to Kenora, where it smells moist no matter where you go. Welcome to Kenora, where we stayed in a tiny cottage that we probably got a MRSA in. Welcome to Kenora, where there is the world's largest Ukrainian woman with the world's tiniest feet. Welcome to Kenora, where I ripped off part of my front bumper because we murdered a jackrabbit on the highway. I'm feeling more like a human. It's too early for this Amber. I don't feel sharp. I feel like a spoon. I got it. I'm a professional. Cry me a river out here in Kenora, where we have the world's largest Ukrainian woman with the world's tiniest feet. She's late for her pierogi. But besties, don't worry. This is not done in borscht taste. But I ain't borscht and I never sausage such a beautiful woman. You know what they say about these things. Kiev calm and carry on. Because out here in Kenora, there are two things we know and love. And I forget both of them. Because out here in Kenora, there are two things that we know and love. Hodgepodge and the Canadian Northern Railway. So if you love pierogies, we took the CA from Canadian, the No from Northern, and the Ra from the Railway, shoved it together, called it a town. Isn't that interesting? Because what I'm really interested is looking over at this wheelboard of churches. So if you love sausage, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Kenora, where their Tim Hortons has no drive-through, but there's 12 churches. So if you're Ukrainian, so come on down to Kenora, where you can find the world's largest Ukrainian woman. End of list. Okay. Edward Schneirer. Schreyer. I don't care. On September 3rd, 1980. As a salute to the coming of the Canadian Northern Railway line to our area, Mr. Wilson Allen took the first two letters of each word from the railway's official name and combined them to form Kenora. Oh, Canadian North Railway. Canadian Northern Railway? What is it? What the hell? Canadian Northern Railway. Oh, because out here in Kenora, we're all about shoving things together. Peter. The mine is here. Welcome to Esterhazy. Well, this is Pete. Now, Pete may look a little bit familiar to you, and honestly, he looks like a Bob the Builder character if he aged 50 years in direct sunlight. Pete the miner. But honestly, if you want to come out to Esterhazy, don't get cold feet. Can he Peter? And besties, I won't Pete around the bush. I come out to these places so you don't have to. Nice to Pete you. This guy will put you 6 feet under. Do you have a Pete tooth? He has had a Pete tooth for too long, it would seem. His teeth are falling out. Why is it a thing with all the teeth of the things we've been seeing? The teeth have been especially terrifying. Just Pete it. And if you're interested in more Pete pics, check out my OnlyFans. Feeling Pete off? Can you Pete it? Get into the Pete-a-see, the Pantasy, the Pete-antasy, the Pantasy, the Pete-a-see? Sounds good. Now let's get a look at Pete's. What kind of butt does that look like? You know those people where their back goes straight into their legs? So apparently mining doesn't exercise your glutes. Let's do some wheels. What if I just started staring at people instead of them staring at me? Welcome. We're in Esterhazy, and this is Pete's wheel. Looks a little bit fake for him, and I ain't rolling. We'll be back. Just out here drinking my water and minding my own business. Come on, wheels. Just rolling around Esterhazy. You know, I was thinking about climbing the wheel, but I don't want to end up with a minor injury. I don't get that one. Do you get that one? Oh, because minors, with things like these, it's always in the minor details. You want to do some wheels? Okay, well, this wheel's not small. Out here in Esterhazy, there's so much to do. Pete the miner, drinking my water, minding my business, this potash for whatever that means. You got that big wheel? Don't forget the big wheel, that's something. You know what drives me hazy? Yeah? Okay, now I gotta get off this thing somehow. So come on out to Esterhazy if you have some extra potash that needs boring. Oh my god, you can't just ask somebody if they have potash or not. Hay's a little thing called love. Who would have thought we would have got so much excitement out of the potash borer? Club Esterhazy. Just some minor head trauma. It's nothing, a little head trauma. It's nothing. Good video. Okay. Driving this hazy. I'm gonna rip my pants on the potash borer. I'm David, reporting from Esterhazy. Welcome to my belt. Melita and Area Tourism Committee first envisioned the statue to promote tourism in our community in 2001. Clearly it's working. Manitoba agro-meteorologists dubbed this the banana belt because Melita has slightly warmer temperatures than in the rest of the province. Thus the idea of a very unique banana statue. That's why it was slightly warmer. Oh, this, I'm gonna put it inside of me. The blue jay was incorporated to acknowledge that Melita is recognized worldwide as an important birding area, IBA, the grasslands bird capital of Manitoba. Sunny and the banana and Breezy the blue jay continue to draw tourists to Melita and our banana days held annually on the second weekend in August with 3 days of exciting events. Thank you for visiting Melita, a town with appeal. That's awful. Sunny is the world's largest freestanding banana statue, 30 feet tall and weighing 6,200 pounds. Breezy is 6 feet tall and weighs 300 pounds. Yeah, it is big. The belt and buckle is a fashionable reminder that Melita is the banana belt. Yeah, fashion. That's what that is. This is big. I'm kind of scared. This feels very phallic. But if you're standing right, come over here and get a view. It's very intimidating to look at. This has been a family program so far. Melita's got me out here losing my mind. Ring, 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 ring. Breezy, who is this again? Bleezy, Breezy, Sunny the banana, and Breezy the blue jay. Sunny the banana and Breezy the blue jay. Hello, my name's David, and you can see I'm touching the tip of Sunny banana, and Breezy blue jay is up on his shoulder. Welcome to our next installment of Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix. Gotta get down here. His tip is huge. We're in the part of Manitoba that is called the Banana Belt because it is slightly warmer here in Melita than anywhere else in the province. That's impressive. Because baby, this is huge. We're gonna touch tips. That's, I don't know. That's awful. I want to just throw my body up there. You won't see this at Sunday school. Come on down to Melita and slide down this bananister. It's very clean. It's a clean banana. Now, what you've seen out here today, don't you dare tell a bird. Well, I'll find you and I'll get you. Welcome to Deloraine, a town that loves company. You know, things aren't always going to be what you think they are. This is a prime example of sometimes the hills have eyes today, girl. I'm standing out here in Deloraine, Manitoba, in front of the world's largest purple martin colony tower. As to what that is, I will take any excuse to stand in front of something wearing purple. If you thought the rubbernecking was bad when we make these videos, you should see what it looks like when we're standing in front of something that looks as basic as this. Even the children and the dog was just staring. Yeah, that's a tower. Have you ever seen something so tall? The answer is yes, out here in Deloraine, Manitoba. It's the tallest structure in the town, and that's depressing. Purple martin castles and houses on this tower were donated by the following bird lovers. Oh, it's a bird thing. Bird houses used to be on there. Hi, my name's David, and birdhouses used to be on this tower, but no longer because it is a personal attack against my well-being. I do believe that Deloraine is personally trying to antagonize me, so if you're ever in the area, make sure to drive straight through. So join me on our North American tour to discover the world's largest, smallest, and most mediocre things around. So come on down to Deloraine, except don't. Roadside attractions, honey. Science tells us that we eat 7 turtles in our sleep every year and don't know it. Hello, this? The turtle. And welcome to my dear friends, family, and folks at home. My name's David, and I'm out here standing in front of Tommy the Turtle. Tommy the Turtle is located in Boise, Manitoba, just 75 kilometers south of Brandon. Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club? Now, thank goodness the sun is still out because this bad boy is not nocturnal. I think it's time to take a shelfie. Now, Tommy is celebrated across the entire world. What's a turtle's favorite dinner? A sea nut butter and jellyfish sandwich. Okay, wait, let me do this. Excuse me, sir. Can I borrow your shell phone? I'm feeling a bit shell-shocked. So come on down to Boise, Manitoba. I bet you'll have a shell of a good time. So if you wake up feeling shelly, no wait, so if you wake up feeling like shell, that's probably why. So come on down to join the Turtle Club here in Boise, Manitoba. Once upon a turtle. So what are you waiting for? Come on, shell friends. Push button on building. Push button. Where's the button? Here, Tommy talk. Push button on building. Are you ready?
Welcome to Boise. My name is Paul Richard. I stand 28 feet tall and weigh over 10,000 pounds. While I am a big turtle, I am also the world's only talking turtle. Tommy always likes visitors. See ya. Bye.
What in the fresh hell did we just listen to? Jesus. You might get bird flu. Hello, you. Welcome to Does Size Matter? Part 2, the remix. My dear avians, today I am out in Dunria, Manitoba, where you will find Cabria, the snow goose. Get a load of this honker. She looks pretty weathered, but I don't suspect any foul play. Make sure to get your exercise. Do you say gooses? So come on down to Dunria for a honkin' good time here with Cabria, the snow goose. I like beach chicken. So if you want to follow my great idea, come down to Dunria to see Cabria. Make sure you bring lots of birdseed. Oh, gooses eat. You say goose or geeses? I think it's time to go camel surfing. Sarah the camel was a vision first conceived by local businessmen. Local businessmen in my town do something different. She stands 17 feet tall and weighs over 2,400 pounds. Hello and welcome to Does Size Matter? Part 2, the remix bestie. My name is David and I'm standing in front of Sarah the camel all the way out here in Glenboro, Manitoba. Sarah represents the something that I said over there. It's time for a new Sarah. Do camels like their tea with one hump or two? Because out here, it's impossible to camouflage. If camels are the ships of the prairies, then this baby is the Titanic. This camel will never desert you. Come on out to Glenboro and have a look at her humps. Some things are best to be camouflaged. This is the pump. Can you see my oil can? Welcome to Rocanville, where behind me you can see the world's largest oil can. Hope I'm stuck in the pump. Get pumped. You ready to pump this oil? In the middle of nowhere? Hey, we're pumping oil, son. Size does matter, especially when it comes to your lubricants. This was erected by citizens of Rocanville. I don't mean to be crude, but erected? I'm gonna pump some oil in Rocanville. Out here in No Cans land. Now you're probably wondering, David, can you pump me some oil? And you bet I can. One last kick at the can. So come on down to Rocanville, where oil always be here for you. Join me on our North American tour, Does Size Matter? Part 2, the remix. I've never played hockey, and I don't think I ever pumped oil. I remember when I was a kid, I was forced into hockey gear and put on the ice, and there was this girl that came, and honestly, I don't even remember. She might not even have touched me, but I remember like falling dramatically and like adamantly exclaiming that I had broke my back, and everybody, I was like 6 or 7, and everybody's like, David, you didn't break your back, you're walking. And I'm like, no, my back's broken. And you know what? If you can believe it, I never played hockey again. That's probably why I'm a fan. Didn't get me in sports early enough, right? Oh, the good old hockey game is the worst game you can name. Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows and the whistle blows and the puck goes down the ice. They storm the crease like bumblebees and the fans all go insane. Someone roared, Ricky scored. It's the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game. Yeah, I feel like this lends itself to the box step. It's the best game you can name. And the best game you can name. It's the good old hockey game. I've hated that song for years, and now I'm out here singing it. Second period. Oh, the good old hockey game. It's the best game you can name. That song is like triggering. They storm the crease like bumblebees. I remember was saying that all night last night. Like bumblebees. Like bumblebees. They storm the crease like bumblebees. And the fans all go insane. Someone roared. David scored. It's the good old hockey game. Let's talk about hockey boys, shall we? So out here here in Winkler, Manitoba, they boast the fact that they have the world's largest hockey stick. I'm sure there's good ones. But wouldn't you believe that later on our tour in Minnesota, they also boast the fact that they own the world's largest hockey stick? Somebody's lying. Quite frankly, my dear, I don't give a puck. Somebody lied to her several times. This ain't no hockey horror picture show. It's interesting because the sport of hockey represented every bully I've ever had in my life. So come on down to Winkler, Manitoba, where you can pucker up and I'll stick it to you. Baby! It's not safe! So join me on our North American discovery tour of who truly has the world's largest hockey stick. Come on down to Winkler, Manitoba to see maybe the world's largest hockey stick, or maybe it's just some embarrassment that's not as big as everyone else's. I shall not be held responsible for my Twitter notification. 2 hockey sticks, both alike in dignity. In fair Evelith is where we lay our sea. In fair Winkler is where we lay our tale. What here shall miss, our toil will strive to end. To my dear friends, family, and folks at home, it is the moment we have all been waiting for. Who has the world's largest hockey stick? You see, here in Evelith, the main distinction we have with our hockey stick is, as you can see, it is made of, that's right, wood. 2 people cannot have the world's largest hockey stick. Yeah, this stick is bigger. So what, Manitoba was just lying? What would you rather play with? Something that splits but is bigger, or something that's made of metal but is smaller? Are they liars? I'm gonna go put a sticky note on the Manitoba stick and it just says liar. Should we call them? Your stick shrivels in comparison to this one. So don't worry, I'm out here on the ground. Are you a size queen? Let me know in the comments. I didn't know Van Gogh was a giant. Out here in Altona, you can find the world's largest easel on a painting. Oh no. Are you looking for a shoulder to crayon? My dear friends, family, and folks at home, welcome to Altona, where you can find the world's largest painting on an easel. It's very easy to see. This has the beautiful painting of Vincent van Gogh's sunflowers. And honestly, seems a bit sketchy. What does a painter do when they're cold? Put on another coat. There's no alternative for beauty like this out here in Altona. You know, I was gonna paint a self-portrait, but I only have 1 tube of Areola pink. Let it go, let it go. Join me in my North American tour of all things artistic, beautiful, big, small, pointless, and everything in between. Big painting, big brush. You know, these flowers probably fool the birds and the bees. I mean, running with the narrative that Van Gogh is a giant, if you cut off his ear would be like the size of a human. You know what they say about these things, go big or go home. Okay, seriously though, Van Gogh didn't think he was a good artist and his self-confidence was super low. He suffered from mental health issues, but I remember going through the Van Gogh experience and seeing how low and poorly he thought about himself. The majority of his fame came after his death, which is really sad, right? He didn't actually know the impact he had on the world. So bestie, if that's you, your voice matters, your art matters. We need your art. It sounds super sad to say, the impact of your art can truly extend beyond your lifetime. So in 100 years, when the aliens are figuring out how to read art and figure out what those pictures mean, because all the sunflowers would have been decimated by climate change, they might have a better understanding. I guess we're making art for aliens. That's the point now. Art for aliens. It sounds like a company. Art for aliens. Warning, could trademark that. Art for aliens. So bestie, we need your art. So your art may not be as big as this painting behind me, but we still need it. Get out there, do it, present it to the world, and hey, it might not be received right in the beginning, but that's okay. Imagine if your art was displayed on this scale so many years after you had died. It's time to go. Fiddly-dee. It's Dominic the donkey. Fiddly-dee. The Christmas donkey. Da 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 da. Anyway, you know, just keeping it super cash. Yeah, you know. Oh, we could have just literally there. You know, if you're not doing everything slightly wrong in the beginning, are you really touring? All right, Amber, I can smell the musk from here. Where are we? And welcome back to Does Size Matter? Part 2, the remix. I'm your host, David, and today we are out here in Kenora with a K in Ontario, not to be confused with Kenora with a C in Saskatchewan. Come on down to Kenora, where you can find the world's largest Ukrainian woman. Now let me tell you, there's nothing Dutch about this fish. You can really split your gills on this one. Goodwill Geyser. Who's in the mood for some musk? I'm very sophisticated. Very musky. Fiddly-dee. Ee-ah, ee-ah. It's Husky the Musky. Imagine getting slapped by this boy. What I wouldn't give to pull this guy out of a lake. Imagine the rod you would need for this fish. This big boy could take down the Titanic itself. Okay, let's do pics. Here at Does Size Matter, we have a lot of experience with fake teeth, and I'm going to go ahead and rate Husky the Muskie's teeth at a terrifying factor of a 3. They do look white, they look uniform. Somebody's up there brushing those at least once a year. Somebody's got to get a stepladder to get up there and brush those bad boys because plaque doesn't stay away by itself, especially in the ocean. You finna get bucked? Ring my deer bell. My dear friends, family, and folks at home, my name is David, and I am out here in St. Malo, Manitoba, where you can find His Royal Highness and Prince Edward, I don't know. Oh dear. Oh, it's a boy and a girl. So when I was a kid, there were only 2 genders, and everybody's out here doing all this other stuff. It's all colonization related. The only successful deer relocation program in Canada. So they murdered all the buffalo and then relocated deer here and then acted like that's impressive. But yeah, bestie. I mean, it might be impressive. I don't understand deer things, but whatever. Can you imagine being those deer? Just getting shoved into a truck and driven a few hours away. Oh, now you live here. Oh, there's a golden retriever sitting right there staring at us. You know, when I'm standing in front of something like this, I want to play games like Truth or Dare. I'm honestly so fond of this buck. So mark your calendars and get on out to St. Malo. It'll be worth more than the $2. I do not give a buck. This statue is very near and dear to my heart, and not just because it's worth a lot of dough. Well, besties, it's time to hold on for dear life. Because out here in St. Malo, you'll get a good bang for your buck. Come on down to the Price's Buck. Buck, yeah! You ready to get bucked? So come on down to St. Malo and make some fond memories out here with these $2. Come on, Sturgeon Mary. Oh, hello, you. Peter. The Sturgeon's here. Welcome back to Does Size Matter? My name's David, and I'm out here in Dominion City, Manitoba, where you will find the world's largest sturgeon. Would you walk the plankton for this sturgeon? Now, this sturgeon was caught in 1903 just outside of Dominion City. She weighed over 603 pounds and 15 and a half feet long. Can you imagine schlepping that fish back to your house? She's an astrophysicist, so if you shrimply need some excitement in your life, come on down to Dominion City. It's only a long drive from wherever you are currently. I'd rather swim with this fish than with you. Join me on my North American tour of all things fishy. She's really playing on my oceans. Big, large, small, tiny, puny, hefty, long. I'm sick of this ship. Okay, Ever, you gotta look at this. This is the fish. She's a real Jesus, that's hard to say. She's a real sophisticated lady. This is an original size reproduction of Manitoba's biggest sturgeon. Weight 406 pounds, length 15 and a half feet. She was 150 years old. Could this be any bigger? Could this be any funnier? Could this be any sturgeonier? This record sturgeon was taken out of the Roseau River east of Dominion City by Sandy Waddell on October 27th of 1903. Hauled home in a 7-foot Democrat by a... That says Democrat. Something feels fishy. Hauled home in a 7-foot Democrat by a team of horses. 5 feet of this monster still trailed the ground. And I ain't sturgeon, personnel. Oh, all the people that carried it. Are you ready to split your gills? Jesus Christ. All right, so tuna in next time and let me know what you think about this fish. Goodbye. Hi, yes, I'd like a new car. Do you have any with legs? Where's Lindsay Lohan when you need her? To my dear friends, family, and folks at home. What? Oh, sorry, I just couldn't fuel my excitement. Welcome to Kenora, where you will find this nightmare fuel behind me. Got legs? A VW bug affixed with legs. It really gives a new meaning to the term fully loaded. You know, you might be tempted to take this baby out for a crawl, but she just has a hole where the engine used to be. I can relate. Some people say that this used to be Herbie, but I think that's just a conspiracy. Did you know that we eat 4 VW bugs in our sleep every year and never know it? Because this baby is crawling with new ideas. Are you feeling inspired? I'm feeling inspired. And I ain't crawling. The hills have legs. Got legs? This might be a great place to come if you're newlyweds. I would say this was a really good effort, but as you can see, the wheels are gone. It's a bug with legs. Any other funny anecdotes about this bug? Imagine this bug hitting your windshield. I don't think you could kill her with a fly swatter. She has many holes. So come on out to Kenora if you want to experience this big boy with legs. If you want to experience this arachnoid. She's webby when you are. You better hurry, because if you wait too long, she'll end up in the old folks' home. Welcome to this nightmare on Elm Street. My dear friends, family, and folks at home, welcome to your nightmare, because here on Elm Street, you can find this sleep paralysis demon. Let's take a closer look. Now, as you know, here at Does Size Matter, we take a lot of consideration in for teeth. Now, I will direct your attention to the teeth of this Bigfoot. We have some very big incisors, it would seem. One thing to note here about Bigfoot as well is that their toes are painted white and their fingernails also painted white. You want to terrify some children? I'm your host, David, and today I am out here in Vermilion Bay, Ontario, standing in front of the most terrifying depiction of a Sasquatch I've ever seen in my life. He's wearing a loincloth, which means he's a modest Squatch. Oh my god, the view of that head from right here is insane. When you had bad dreams as a kid, this is what you were picturing. This is what I was picturing. He would fold himself into the deep freeze, and then as soon as you fall asleep, he creeps it open and unfolds himself to come and I don't know, lick your mouth. As you can see, I'm out here in my fur just for this Sasquatch. Join me on my North American tour of Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix. You know, how does he ever know what time it is? He's not wearing a Sasquatch. To my dear friends, family, and folks at home, whose is bigger? Be honest. Hello and welcome. It's an old maiden type of Sasquatch, too. I'm feeling very furry. Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix. I'm out here in Vermilion Bay, Ontario, where you can find this big nightmare. I don't know about you, but I think this Squatch is a little sus. Somebody lied to her several times, putting the sass in Sasquatch, and told him that he's beautiful, hot, fly, and sexy, but he's nothing like that. He's nothing of the sort. So come on down to Vermilion Bay, but don't park your cars here too long because this big guy will get his big tow truck. You see, here at Does Size Matter, we take fake teeth very seriously, and I'm going to rate this Sasquatch's teeth on a terrifying level of 7. It could be worse, but those teeth are cracked, they're rusty, and somebody needs a tube of Colgate ASAP. If this is how big his hand is, imagine how big, again, the back, straight into legs. But I mean, this is America. Is it cake? His beard does look like icing. To my dear friends, family, and folks at home, I'm out here in Akeley, Minnesota, where you could find the world's largest Paul Bunyan. You better rush your bunions down here to see this big guy because he's looking a little weathered. This Paul Bunyan is huge. I'm late for my bunions. Now you might be thinking, David, I've been there, Bunyan that. But you haven't fully experienced this place until you can see him up close. A bunion in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. And all my bunions are in the bush. Have you ever seen a bunion this size? I feel like I might break his hand off with my body. This big guy has a bunion in the oven. My bunions are killing me. Because this guy's beard is courtesy of the Play-Doh Fun Factory. Get a piece of my bunion. Now this guy is single. There's no Paul in chains. So get down here, ladies and theys, to get yourself a piece of the world's largest Paul Bunyan down here in the town that I am currently. So come on down to Akeley if you want to experience the world's largest Paul Bunyan. Join me on my North American tour of Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix. It's called a farm amber. It's where vegetables live. I wish I had an outfit like that. This one has been the one I've been most excited for. Do you think he works out? He is huge. He's got to work out. He's got big arms. Where's it all that peas? Look at those fingers. But okay, peas have almost no nutritional value. Shrek could never. So I don't know how he's getting that. I'm about to climb this giant like a tree. Welcome to Blue Earth, where you can find this jolly green giant make peas, not war. Right? Because the jolly green giant is at peas. The peas have eyes. Oh, meats and beans. Peas and beans. The top of his shoe is as tall as I am. I'm just looking for a man over 6 feet. Easy peasy. Beautiful cover girl. Get your peas out. Me when I'm jolly. You know, I never knew what really happened to the jolly green giant, but now that I'm here, I figured it out. He's a has-been. Why is she green? Oh, it is giving wicked vibes. Peace be with you. So come on out to Blue Earth, Minnesota if you love things that are giant, green, jolly, you love peas. Welcome to Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix. My North American tour of all things large, small, green, peas, and everything in between. Welcome to small town USA. Yeah, like right here. You might be wondering, David, what are you doing all the way out here? Wouldn't you like to know? Feeling fishy? And go. Nope, go back. Tom and Jerry's. Those people just looked at our license plate, pointed at it, and then pointed over at us as if they knew exactly what. Frumpy? I don't see how that's any of my business. Maybe it's the short shorts. That's what people are interested in. Join me on our North American tour of all things roadside attractions, like bumblebees. And you might be wondering, what happens out here in small town USA? Well, I don't see how that's any of your business. Let's go. Hello, and welcome to the mining town of Chisholm, all the way in Minnesota, in the United States of America. Standing behind me is this insanely large iron worker statue. Because out here in Chisholm, I'm just drinking my water and minding my own business. Puts Pete the Miner to shame. Can he Pete it? You know what they say about the United States? Everything truly is bigger. I think we'd be in Texas of how big that is. The emergence of man through steel. They toiled with purpose, these miners of ours, moving tons of iron ore from massive shield towers. This devotion to a nation they adopted as one makes the heritage of Iron Range foremost neath the sun. I'm sensing an iambic pentameter. The legend lives. They were the Iron Men who dug the mines and contributed to the building and expansion of this country. During an industrial age, they helped to provide the iron needed when freedom was threatened. Today, as the industrial age ebbs and the technological age advances, the Iron Men are honored with a shrine that tells us they will never be forgotten. The magnificent sculpture evokes strength and embodies past history and ensures continued remembrance of the Iron Men. That does look incredibly strong. It looks so heavy. There had to have been Iron Women. You're not telling me there wasn't a single Iron Woman out there. There had to be. Look at the contentment in his chiseled face. Is it an actual bee? Wow. Or is it a wasp? You know, here at Does Size Matter, we've seen a lot of big things. I'm not getting stuck out here. Anyway, we've seen a lot of heavy things. Oh my God. Okay, we've seen a lot of long things, and it was on my leg. It did not bite me, though. Tall things, short things, and small things. It is fact. This statue is the third largest freestanding memorial in the United States. You little God. But right here in Chisholm, Minnesota, it is so big. I just smacked it really hard. This takes the cake. This is the largest and most impressive structure we have ever seen. I am deliberately being antagonized by a bee, and I'm just trying to be calm. Welcome to the world's largest crow. Wait, all the Moira Rose Schitt's Creek jokes. The crowing. Welcome to Does Size Matter Part 2 the Remix. Where are we? Belgrade, Minnesota. I'm out here in Belgrade, Minnesota, where you can find the world's largest crow. And cheers to that. It probably looks like I'm drinking a beer in front of the world's largest crow. But you gotta be careful around crows. They remember your face and they can be bigger than dogs. I'm pretty sure that old man in the parking lot was cruising me. No, probably not. He's probably homophobic. Okay, crows can be scary, man. Why you coming home at 5 in the morning? Something's going on. Can I smell your crow? Because this crow must have required some serious caulking in order to have a bill. What's the end of that sentence? I don't know what it could be. Bestie, get my crowbar. I'm gonna crow. Crow, crow, crow your boat. Oh, this is the Belgrade Centennial Memorial. Can you imagine giving your life to your country and then they erect a crow statue in your honor? Surprised it's not an eagle. Exactly that. I feel like I'm getting wasted at the crow, but this is water. Do birds practice flying? No. They just wing it. I too, like crows, are distracted by shiny things. Does anybody still wear a crow? We're done. We got it. And this is why you get health insurance when you travel to the United States. If I fell, that would probably cost me more than the worth of my house. Anyway, I don't really know what I'm doing up here now. Oh, so come on down to Chisholm, Minnesota. I can't believe we woke up in Manitoba this morning? Yeah. So come on down to Chisholm, Manitoba. So come on down to Chisholm, Minnesota. That's where we are. These bugs. The statue's beautiful. Too many bees. So come on down to Chisholm, Minnesota if you want to see this giant Iron Man statue. It is honestly, well, from Alberta, it is not worth the drive. But if you fly here, so fly into Minnesota. Oh, do you think this is the right time to tell the viewers that I sat on an M&M and it looked like I pooped myself today? Let me know in the comments. Has that happened to you? It's definitely happened to me before. Maybe not with an M&M, maybe a milk dud. I did not shart myself, Amber. How inappropriate of you to ask. All of the jokes are so inappropriate standing in front of this thing. PETA, the cock is here. To my dear friends, family, and folks at home, I am here in Minneapolis, Minnesota in I'm blue, da-dum, dee, da-dum, I'm out here groveling in the grass of the Minnesota Outdoor Sculpture Garden, and behind me you can see I'm a chicken. So any inappropriate joke you're thinking of while looking at this blue rooster, that's right, I said rooster, not the other word. Roadside attractions, honey. I wonder why it's blue. It's a nice blue, and I've seen some big ones in my life. This guy would cost more than $7.99 at Costco. Your imagination's always going to be better than the real thing. Rotissa me? No. Rotissa you? Me? Talk your world? Out here in Minnesota? I do things. So come on down to the Outdoor Sculpture Garden here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I promise, it won't give you blue balls. I can't post that though, that's so bad. I know I'd get in trouble if I climb on it. Welcome to Minneapolis. I'm out here in the Outdoor Sculpture Garden where behind me you can see this massive maraschino cherry on a spoon. I see you got a couple of maraschino cherries yourself there. Does anyone want a spoon with me? Talk about a water slide, so many eyes. You can get away with a lot if you're hot. Ask me, I know from experience. Okay, that's not what we're here to do. It's an old maiden type of spoon. We're on the hunt for the world's largest, smallest, spooniest, cherriest items around. I'm out here cherishing the moment. This sculpture is all thanks to the cheriosity of... There's no end to that sentence, I just wanted to say that joke. Contrary to what you might think, there is no giant fork. Get a spoonful of this. This bad boy will cause quite a stir. Because as the sun sets out in Minnesota, you might need a good spooning. And if you do, come on out to the Outdoor Sculpture Garden. So if you're feeling down, come on down to the Outdoor Sculpture Garden out here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm sure this will cheer you up. You know, it's like a pea or a ball bearing. About twice that size. I'm out here getting a heat stroke in Darwin, Minnesota, where you can find the world's largest ball of twine. Oh, I was picturing twine like metal, but this is twine like bale straw. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's like that. It's an old maiden type of twine. Yeah, it is like the balls of what? The stretchy things? Thank you. Yeah, but I don't think this thing bounces. Twine and twine again. They can't all be winners. This ball of twine has its own house. Whose twine is it anyway? Whose twine is this? Just in the nick of twine. Nick of twine? Nicotine? Things like these just start with a ball. You know, things like this start with just a ball of string. I'm getting delirious. You know, this just started with a single thread and a dream. Everything great in this world starts with a dream, just like this ball of twine. Peter, the twine is here. So if you're interested in having a good twine out here in Minnesota, come on down to the world's largest ball of twine down here in Darwin. Join me on my North American tour of Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix. Let's go. Do my shorts look too short? Welcome to Minnesota. Peter. Minnesota's here. Join me on my North American tour of all things big, small, and the size of Minnesota. Okay, so story time. So about 6 months ago, I was flying back from Texas into Calgary, and I had a stopover in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And they offered $700 in addition to a hotel stay if anybody volunteered to not take their flight and take the flight the next night. And I said, $700? I'll take it. So I took it, and I stayed in Minnesota for the night. At the Hilton, it was gorgeous. Went out, made new friends, went to a gay bar, saw drag queens, had the best time. Did I think I was going to be in Minnesota? Absolutely not. Did I think I was going to be in Minnesota for this trip? Absolutely not. But all of a sudden, we love Minnesota. I must warn you, if you want to come to Minnesota through International Falls, it smells awful. And I ain't Minnesotan, bitch. So let's go to Minnesota and find a rat trap that's going to work. Minnesota, let's go. Imagine knowing you're an airplane the moment it happens. Science is getting close. They found an airplane variant that better predicts early takeoff. To my dear friends, family, and folks at home, I'm out here in Owatonna, Minnesota, where you can find these large airplanes. Behind me is a designer private airport. They got money, girl. So if you're ready to lift off, come on down to Owatonna. They probably won't let you in here unless you're rich. Rich. Money. Join me on my North American tour. Technically, I'm only allowed to tour. So if you got money, girl, come on down to this private airport in Owatonna, Minnesota, and see these giant airplanes. Today on Does Size Matter, we're not looking at anything particularly large. We're looking at something particularly hammy. Have you ever heard of ham in a can? Well, this is where it lives. I don't want it, but I want it. I'll take one in every color. My dear friends, family, and folks at home, today I am out here in Austin, Minnesota, where you can find the Spam Museum. Let's take a closer look inside. Hopefully we don't get hamnesia in here. You're hurting my damn ham site. Okay, Bessie, hold my ham. Let's go. Jay had just developed a new luncheon meat. You know, I've been developing a new luncheon meat myself. My dear friends, family, and folks at home, today I am in the Spam Museum in Austin, Minnesota. If you're happy and you know it, clap your spam. Cubed spam. Have you ever cubed your spam? It's the train of spam for me. There's so much to see. I hope I don't get hamnesia because I'm out here with my bestie here in Austin, Minnesota, where you can find the Spam Museum. He is a tiny knight who stands 3 inches tall. How many spam cans tall are you? Oh my god. Look at the wheel of spam up there. What in the world? Factory fashions. You don't have to tell me twice to get a fashion look together. Okay, what's going on here? You can make spam. Grab a can and fill it. Spam, anyone? Cook it in the oven. Oh, no, gotta put a lid on it first. Oh, it's cooking. Sorry, you'll have to speak up. My spam is cooking. Oh, we need a label. It's hard work out here in the spam factory. Put a label on it. Box it. I can't believe this. Because out here in Austin, Minnesota, we're working tirelessly to make sure that you and your family has an unlimited supply of ham, because we want you to eat more than the national average in Guana, which is 16 cans of spam per year. That seems low. Did it cook already? Did I double cook it? Did I mess it up? We're working tirelessly to make sure that the entire world is a can of spam and a window to throw it out of. Open your spam buds out here in Austin. I love spam. Have you heard of spam? This is where it lives. A single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands in the heart of a fighter. I'm a survivor. You don't choose the spam life. The spam life chooses you. So come on down to the Spam Museum and lend a hand. Honestly, they need help out here. The world needs more spam. And wouldn't that be exciting to be a part of? Because this place is the best spam around. So come on down to Austin, Minnesota. Come to the Spam Shack. You know what they say, life is like a can of spam. Quick, hold my spam. Ida, the spam is here. Quite frankly, my darling, I don't give a spam. If you're hungry, they'll offer you a spample. Because maybe that's just the way I spam. So come on down to Austin, Minnesota, where you can find the Spam Museum. And who knows, you might just feel the spam to see. Because that's just the way spam is around here. I either have 2 different reactions in public. I either get sheer disdain and disgust, or a big smile pasted on their face. I'm a very polarizing person, I've come to realize. But it's just because I'm gay as I'll say it. Oh man, I'm just a bossy bottom, but you knew that.
Oh, I know.
If your cherry needs a misting, come on down. Welcome to Buttsman. Welcome to Keister, Minnesota. Get your keisters out. We got married in a keister. Because out here in Keister, they have a population of 488 people. 976 if you count each cheek. There's not too much going on out here in Keister. Get your keisters out. It smells like keister. Because baby, this, my keister's tired, is keister. I've had enough of the keister. It's lost all meaning. Too bad we weren't here in April. We could have made keister eggs. Make an eye contact with the Keister locals. My name's David, and I'm currently here in Keister, Manitoba. I have said Manitoba so many times. We gotta get out of the soda. I'm your host, David, and I'm currently standing in front of the Keister Water Tower. Cause I'm going to Keister. So come on down to Keister, Minnesota if you want to taste the delicacy Keister casserole. Just straight up Keister casserole. You want a taste of this keister? The special ingredient is spam. Time to get our keisters out of Keister, am I right? It looks like there's birds living up his kilt. Don't worry, girl, I wasn't gonna do it. I was just thinking about it. You wouldn't know a big Viking if it crawled up your skirt and built a house. Pour some sugar on me. Welcome to the birthplace of America. You heard that right. It's this guy's fault. I'm out here in Alexandria, Minnesota, where you can find the world's largest Viking. This big guy's name is Big O Lee, and he stands 28 feet tall and weighs over 4 tons. This big Viking wears size 70 shoes, and you know what they say about big feet? Mom's dead. Oh, it's his pole. Why the long sword? What do you call a vegetarian Viking? A Norwegian. What kind of stories do Vikings tell their children? Nursery rhymes. He has a hole in his ankle. We've seen a lot of big feet. Just a bunch of sodies at the Viking, eh? I'll get a sword and a trusty white steed. I'll be the hero that we need. Can we do one from his butt? That's a big cape. No capes. And if you want to communicate with this guy, don't worry. All you need to do is use Norse code. So if you want to see some big Viking feet, come on out to Alexandria, Minnesota. Join me on my North American tour of Does Size Matter? Part 2, the remix. So come on down to the town that we are currently. You won't regret it, except if you do regret it, don't talk to me about it. Yeah, I'm your host. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Maybe not. I could take a running jump at it. It's very moist. There is a city worker right over there. It's very early. But why else would this table be here if not to jump up on the otter? To my dear friends, family, and folks at home, I'm out here in Fergus Falls, Minnesota, where you can find the world's largest otter. Where do otters keep their money? In a riverbank. So get in your automobiles and come down to Fergus Falls, Minnesota. She isn't like all the other otters. I wonder if this big guy's from outer space. There are gooses everywhere. That's a big tail. So come on down to the world's largest otter in Fergus Falls if you want to be attacked by seagulls and geese. Where's his otter friend? Because otters like to hold hands. And it smells like otters here too. Let's go. So come hold hands with this otter and catch some tail in Fergus Falls. Welcome to Does Size Matter? Part 2, the remix. Join me in my North American tour of all things furry, otterish. Let's go. Get a load of this big bird. What's the next part of the chicken? Oh, right. This thing is so fucking huge. What? Feeling sleepy? How did I forget? What is it? Tryptophan? To my dear friends, family, and folks at home, I am out here in Frazee, Minnesota, where you can find the world's largest turkey. We're not plucking around because things get pretty crazy out here in Frazee. Imagine stuffing this thing. Imagine stuffing a turkey the moment it happens. An addiction like this, you can't just quit cold turkey. How does a turkey walk? It wobbles. Time flies, even if turkeys don't. Now, I do wish I could take this big turkey home with me, but unfortunately, it's not something you can copy and paste. So come on down to Frazee, Minnesota if you want to get crazy with the world's largest turkey. My name's David, and I'm your host for Does Size Matter? Part 2, the remix. Join me on my North American tour of all things plucky, foul. Let's go. What do you call a religious grasshopper? A praying mantis. My dear friends, family, and folks at home, I'm out here in Monaga, Minnesota, where you can find this grasshopper vanquisher. Why is grass so dangerous? Because it's full of blades. This vanquisher is very important to the people of Monaga because of reasons. If you're looking to connect with a grasshopper near you, don't offer to watch baseball. They're only interested in cricket. There is a celebration that happens here every single year where the men dress up in Nile green and the women and children in royal purple, and the men dance a special dance and chant in Finnish, "Grasshopper, grasshopper, go away," because they don't want grasshoppers eating their grapes. I'm out here practicing monogamy in Monaga. So bestie, hop to it down here in Monaga to see this grasshopper vanquisher. But you better not be late, because this guy's checking his hourglass. Just make sure that you're not committing any crimes, especially assault. Oh, hello you, and welcome to Does Size Matter? Part 2, the remix. The series where I take you across North America in search of all things quirky, weird, grassy. So join me. Let's go. It's an old maiden type of fish. Oh, that one's wiggly. Someone needs a dentist. Hello, you. This could be somebody's house. Would you live in a fish? I would live in this fish. To my dear friends, family, and folks at home, I'm out here in Bena, Minnesota, where you can find another fish. Feeling fishy? That's right, besties. There are so many fish out here in this world, and everybody's competing to have the biggest one. Very Saint-Tropez. This is not the biggest fish that we've seen on this tour, but it is, however, the toothiest. It's made out of like a roof material. You see, here at Does Size Matter, we take our fake teeth very seriously, and I'm going to rate these fake teeth at a terrifying factor of 6, just purely for the length. They seem to be made out of wood, they're painted, they look as if they were hand carved, Somebody put love into these teeth. After all the fish we've seen on this tour, I rate this fish in the second place position, only second to the world's largest musky fish in Hayward, Wisconsin, and the third place spot goes to Husky the Muskie in Ontario. Really putting Husky to shame. Welcome to Does Size Matter? Part 2, the remix. I'm your host, David. Join me on my North American tour of all things toothy, terrifying, wooden, house-like. Let's go. Oh my sweet Jesus. I didn't realize I had so much childhood trauma associated with fishing. Okay, that's actually really big. Husky the Muskie could never. Like, this is basically the size of Husky the Muskie. I guess everybody's out here fishing. It makes sense. Rainbow trout. The season of the fish tastes like trout. Can you believe we paid $19 for this? And that's US dollars, Mary. That's... But it says, teach a man to fish. That nonsense. Oh my god. Coho. It's a coho salmon. Oh no. What in the world? Look how open that mouth is, Amber. That is a gaping mouth, if you will. I can't believe this. She said pastica. We are in the wake of its shadow. Ooh, that water's dirty. Hey, seriously, that is so big. I do love fish. I love salmon. Not really anything else. I'm not interested in your cod, baby. Welcome to Hayward, Wisconsin, where you can find the world's largest musky fish. In Kenora, Ontario, they have Husky the Muskie, which we thought was moderately impressive here. But we're about to literally walk inside of this fish out here in Hayward, Wisconsin. We're doing the most. It's time to go in this fish's ass. To my dear friends, family, and folks at home, I'm out here in Hayward, Wisconsin, where you can find the world's largest musky fish. I'm currently standing in its mouth right now. I'm gonna channel my Italian mobster vibe. And we're like 200 feet in the air right now. You'll sleep with the fishes. It's feeling a bit fishy. Even the tail is just so big. And it is actually kind of gross considering we'd be in a fish's mouth right now. Tita, the fish is here. Can you eat husky? Do we eat husky? Very Saint-Tropez. Should we get some husky out here in Wisconsin? Very Saint-Tropez trout. Hi, I'll take one husky. So bestie, come on out to Hayward, Minnesota. Nope, that's not a real place. Fried husky? Baked husky? How do you make husky? So come on down to Hayward, Wisconsin. And if you don't, I'll gut you like a fish. Join me on my North American tour of Does Size Matter? Part 2, the remix. Out here at Does Size Matter, we take our fake teeth very seriously. Now I'd like to rate these teeth on the terrifying factor of a 6. They're clean, somebody's been brushing them, but they're long and a bit droopy. They are, though. So somebody's got a tube of Oral-B, but so come on down to Hayward, Wisconsin if you want to stand in the mouth of the world's largest fish. Doesn't that sound fun? Can you see the whole fish? I'm out here in Hayward, Wisconsin, where you can find the Freshwater Fish Hall of Fame. My name's David, and I'm out here standing inside of the world's largest musky fish. Musky fish, I just thought of that as an adjective, and that's not pleasing. And I'm standing inside of its mouth. Its teeth are terrifying. It's incredibly hot up here, but the views are mediocre. Because out here in the United States, we're doing things differently. This is giving T-Rex vibes where you can climb into the mouth. This is so incredible. So come on down to Hayward, Wisconsin if you want to spend $18 to climb into the mouth of a giant fish. And you know what? Honestly, worth it. Oh, you know what, though? I forgot that's in US dollars. So that's like, what, 24 for us? And so come on down. We need to go find husky fish now. I need to eat it. If we're doing all this fishing of it, it shouldn't be that hard to find. Join me on my North American tour of all things fishy, incredibly large, able to crawl inside. Let's go. Okay, so here is my voiceover of the... Oh, God, I already forgot where we I've seen so many things in the last few weeks. Okay, so we are in the Freshwater Fish Museum. Nope, the Freshwater Fish Hall of Fame in Wisconsin. Nope. God, Manitoba, Wisconsin, Ontario. No, there's lots of stairs. We'll just see as I come around this corner. And there's me at the top. I've been talking up here this whole time. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so it really puts the Ontario into shame, let me tell you. Because out here in my big fish, you wouldn't believe how hot it is. So I'm up here in the mouth, you know, just doing fish mouth things. Oh, that sounded weird. No, I didn't mean it like that. But, oh, this This Husky the Muskie is also the world's largest fiberglass statue. Isn't that interesting? Hello. To be or not to be, that is the equestrian. To my dear friends, family, and folks at home, I'm out here in Minot, North Dakota, where you can find this 30-foot equestrian horse. Me and this horse have a lot in common. I like ketamine. It's an equestrian. Watch me nay. You know, I think it's about time you got down off your high horse. This is the main event. I'm your host, David, and welcome to Does Size Matter, Part 2, the remix. Hello, and welcome to Does Size Matter, Part 2, the remix. The hills have eyes, the horses have eyes. Peter, the horse is here. Come on down to Minot, North Dakota, and see this 30-foot Scandinavian horse. My ride or die. Oh, hey, girl. Hey. Ooh. I'm out here wearing my Spam swag under this giant horse. It's so funny because the Spam swag is a lot less meaningful the moment you leave the Spam museum. It's like really cool and fun, but now I just have Spam shoelaces out here in nature. Raise your hand if you're excited for this to be the last turtle we see together. To my dear friends, family, and folks at home, I'm your host, David, out here in Turtle Lake, North Dakota, where you will find the fourth and final turtle of the Does Size Matter Part 2, the Remix International Tour. I am officially turtly enough for the Turtle Club. So if you would like to embark on your own turtle tour, get your shell down here to North Dakota. They're waiting. This one is serving realism, and thus officially concludes David's totally turtle-tastic turtle tour. And if I ever see a large turtle on the side of the road ever again, I'm driving right by. Hey, I am done with turtles. Oh. So it's a girl turtle. You get it. Do we have teeth? I had a shell of a time out here look at the nose holes. Honestly, I had a shell of a time out here in Turtle Lake, North Dakota. Are we doing a teeth thing? Nope, no teeth. So come on down to Turtle Lake, North Dakota, where you can find that incredibly hot turtle that you shouldn't sit on. Once upon a turtle. Did you know that we eat 7 turtles in our sleep every year without knowing it? Now here at Does Size Matter, we've seen our fair share of turtles. And baby, this might be the most real one we've seen yet. She's very flat. She looks like a real turtle. She's serving Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This big boy is internationally celebrated. Look at the claws on this thing. How would it type on a shell phone? Hello, and welcome to Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix. I'm your host, David. You know, I'm gonna feel sad to say goodbye to this big guy, except I won't at all. Okay, next up we have another turtle.
Toot for me.
This one was 1,000 degrees in direct sun. It was so hot. You toot her?
I toot her.
I boot her. It's enough with the turtles.
I toot her for the claws and the nostrils. I love the nostrils.
What a great sentence, Amber.
Cute.
It's so good, yeah. Okay. You know what they say, build a bra and harass people, and the breast is history. Today, I am out here in Grand Forks, North Dakota, where you can find, I don't know if this is the world's largest pink bra. This sculpture was originally installed on a campus, but they found it to be degrading to women. But with things like these, honesty is the best policy. A few years later, the woman that built it was investigated for grievance. My chestnuts are roasting on this open fire. It's so hot out here. She discriminated against a male employee of her staff, and she was ordered to seek intrapersonal skills training. I do wonder how big those chestnuts would have to be to fit, because we don't live here. We're like interested in what's around, and everybody walking by is like, yeah, that's the pink bra. You haven't seen the pink bra before? I've been looking at the pink bra since I was 8 months old. You are the weakest pink. Goodbye. Loose lips, pink ships. Don't you feel so small and inadequate? So breasties, this is something you can really sink your tits into. Yeah! With breasts like these, your vertebra would be in shambles, honey. Hello, and welcome to Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix. I'm your host, David. Come on down to Grand Forks, North Dakota, and see this big guy for yourself.
This one's a shoot.
Yeah, it is a shoot. I love this so much. The pink bra, and like that I'm wearing the pink shirt, the pink shoes. So this was just in a greenhouse.
And I love that we just strolled in and the lady was like, hey, do you need help with anything? And we're like, no, we're just here for the bra.
I remember asking, because like there were 2 people there, like it would be obvious that we were filming a video, and she was like, yeah, you do that. And we're like, thanks so much. We're going to be obnoxious in your place of work for the next 18 minutes, and then you're never going to see us again. But it's good because online it said that it was blocked off, but it is unless the greenhouse was open. So we were lucky. Lighting again is perfect.
Yeah.
Backlit, not direct. Love this. I can't wait to edit this. So that's so funny. God, it's like a set of boat stairs. Have you ever been on boat stairs? No, you, Amber, have you ever been on boat stairs? I remember going on boat stairs the wrong way, kind of like I'm doing right now, falling like face first down the Maybe that's what's wrong. Okay, am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club? It's the end of the day, so I'm feeling sassy. Oh, right. I'm here to talk about this tale. The amount of filming that happens in one day, it could really make you sick. It's going to be great, I promise. That's because it's not. I'm not skinny enough to fit in that hole. Okay, the sheriff just drove by and he made eye contact with me and he did not pull over. That's morbid though. It's actually super impressive. There's chains going on in the middle there. There must be a way to get in there. Groveling in the grass. I wonder if anybody's ever gotten stuck in here. Isn't that interesting? Okay, now it's time to get off this turtle. It looks like several animals are living inside this turtle. Turtle girl dinners. I'm so incredibly impressed of how my pants match perfect. This is why you buy health insurance when you travel to the United States. Join me. Hi. Hello, you, and welcome to my turtle. My pants match almost perfectly. I did plan this. I'm your host, David, and I'm out here in Dunsite, North Dakota. North Dakota. It's not even the best Dakota, where you can find this big turtle made out of wheel rims. Internationally celebrated. Yeah, it's very green. So come on down to Dunsite, North Dakota, if you want to get shelly with it. Join me on my North American tour of Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix. So if you're feeling turtly enough for the Turtle Club, let's get the hell out of here. Shoot again.
Oh, yeah.
Loved this one.
Hardcore
I
shoot.
think this was one of the best turtles. Where was this? This was a two-worder, I feel.
Wasn't it Dunseith?
Wow. Yeah. You are right. What are these called, Amber?
Wheel rims.
Wheel rims. So technically, I'm only allowed to wheel.
To wheel around.
But this one, yeah, again, was huge. And all the green and my outfit perfectly matched.
And then what did we find in the middle? There was something inside of it.
Just like remnants of people partying.
Right. That was
Yeah.
it.
But if you lived in this town and you were like a teenager who wanted to get out and just rebel, I'm gonna go sit in the turtle.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious. But then it could be like the Talus Dome in Edmonton where they got stuck
Yeah.
and then had to like destroy it. Because those were welded together.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. Crazy.
And I remember sitting on the neck of this turtle and it bounced a whole lot.
Yeah.
I was like, "Whoa."
It had the chains on it that was holding
Yeah.
it together. That was good. Good pictures from this one. It
Oh,
was,
yeah.
It was cool to kind of climb like a staircase, but that was like a catching your toe hazard.
Oh, yeah.
But we did have health insurance.
We did.
I made you do it. I was like, we're doing health insurance. Here I am again. North Dakota is so incredibly obsessed with turtles. 20 minutes down the road from this turtle, you have that turtle. And then an hour away, you have that turtle. And this one's made out of tires. And this one's riding a snowmobile. And the other one talks. So if you have a turtle you want to take on vacation, bring them down to all their idols out here in North Dakota. And there's still another turtle coming. Can you believe it? Stay tuned for more turtle content. Okay, I think I'm actually going to be turtle enough for the Turtle Club here in a minute. We got one more. Let's go. I want to ride a snowmobile. That's really cute. It's super dorky. Those nose holes creep me out. Here at Does Size Matter, we take fake teeth very seriously. I'm going to rate the terrifying factor of Tommy the Turtle's teeth at a 0 because he doesn't have any. I'm out here in Bottineau, North Dakota, because all you need out here in rural North Dakota is a turtle and a dream. I'm going to rip my pants on this turtle, and I can't because these are my turtle pants, and we're not done with the turtles yet. Welcome to David's totally terrific turtle tour. Do you think real turtles think that these turtles are celebrities? Welcome to Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix. I'm your host, David Thay. So come on down to Bottineau if you have a turtle you want to show a good time. Oh no, somebody dented the ball. To my dear friends, family, and folks at home, want to touch this hot ball? Hello, my name's David, your host for Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix. You could bake cookies on this ball. I'm out here in the capital of North Dakota. Welcome to Bismarck, where I am standing in front of this eagle carrying a big ball. This sculpture is representative of humans working in tandem with nature, because I'm sure that's what you got by this. Somebody's bathing suit is back here. That seems about right for Bismarck. It says on that plaque right over there that the two wings are to represent both male and female because as we know, there are only two genders. My name is literally David They, so it's not that hard to figure out that I'm joking, okay? Because out here, the legal drinking age is 21. I'll call Bismarck. So come on down to Bismarck if you want to burn your hand on a big ball or your legs. To my dear friends, fans, family, and folks at home, I'm your host, David. I'm standing up here in New Salem, North Dakota, where you can find Salem Sioux, the world's largest cow. So if you're feeling like a heifer, up here at Salem Sioux, you get panoramic views of North Dakota. What a treat. So join me for all things move. Join me on my North American tour of Does Size Matter? Part 2, the remix. Let's go. It's so big. I'm like overwhelmed at the size. Welcome to Does Size Matter? Part 2, the remix. I'm your host, David, and I am out here in New Salem, North Dakota, where you can find Salem Sioux, the world's largest cow. All you heifers out there better be ready. I'm feeling witchy out here in New Salem. I ain't mooing, bitch. So come on down to New Salem, North Dakota and milk her for all she's worth. An udder day and an udder dollar. And you better hurry. The stakes are very high. I got some real beef with this statue. Now, I don't want to butcher any of these jokes, but I find Sue very amusing. Because, baby, this is Sue. She's an old maiden type of cow. She is so veiny. That's concerning. What do you call a cow in an earthquake? A milkshake. The stakes are very high. Move, cow. Get out the way. Don't mind if I moo. Me when I moo. Bring your heifer friends up here to New Salem, North Dakota, where you can find Salem Sioux, the world's largest cow. And you better hurry. The stakes are very high. And then
Shoot.
this is one of my tops. This is the promo picture that I used for the end of all of the videos.
Yes.
With the cow. What's her name?
Salem Sioux.
Thank you, Salem Sioux. Very veiny.
Oh, yeah.
Very veiny. I would be remiss if I did not mention the things.
Amazing.
And then tell them what happened here, because this kind of influenced the rest of the entire day.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember what our plan was after Salem Sioux? Like where we were supposed to go next?
I remember we were going to see a triceratops, but I don't remember the town name.
Yes, and we definitely threw out the plans to go see the triceratops because...
So we met another venturer duo at Salem Sioux, and the only reason we really interacted with these two was because they were pointing out also how veiny Salem Sioux was. And so they were like, oh, well, have you seen the Enchanted Highway of North Dakota? And we're like, what is that? And they're like, if you like big kitschy stuff like this, you're going to want to go on that highway. So we got in the car, I Googled it, looked at pictures, showed David, and we were like, yeah.
Yeah, pretty immediately sold.
We need to go there.
And we weren't that far.
No, it was like right there.
Yeah, it like kind of took us out of our way. And because we only had like 2 stops planned left.
Yeah.
But then this turned it into like 7 more.
Oh, yeah.
And now I think at this point, you took over driving from Salem Sioux because I was in the passenger seat in a panic trying to delete as much as possible because we were running out of storage. I just knew when I saw rainbow wings at Party City, I needed to get them. Party City could never. To my dear friends, family, and folks at home, I'm your host of Does Size Matter? Part 2, the remix. I'm currently standing in front of this monument called Geese in Flight here on the Enchanted Highway in North Dakota. I'm just a gay bird. Oh, I bet you heard of the Enchanted Forest, but girl, have you heard about the Enchanted Highway? So I'm feeling enchanted, girl, and I hope you are too. So bestie, I hope you're ready for some more enchanted content. And I'm not goosing around, so join me for all things goosey, feathery, then come down here to the Enchanted Highway in North Dakota. Next up on our tour of the Enchanted Highway out here in North Dakota are these huge iron sculptures made in the shapes of a big deer and a little deer. We got a little doe. Oh, we got a doe out here on the Enchanted Highway. Oh dear. These deers are so big. This Enchanted Highway is so cool. Join me on my tour of the Enchanted Highway here in North Dakota. Next stop, who knows? All you need out here in North Dakota is a doe and a dream. Join me on my North American tour of Does Size Matter? Part 2, the remix. I'll see you soon. Bye. You know what prepared me for the level of terrifyingness is A Bug's Life. Do you remember that movie? But those big grasshoppers were terrifying. Next up on our Enchanted Highway tour is the world's largest grasshopper, Larva, this sculpture. Join me on my North American tour of Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix. Where's the vanquisher when you need him? Touch the antennas, change your life. The hop, skip, and the jump. So if you're feeling like America's next hop model, come on down to the Enchanted Highway out here in North Dakota. Let's go! As if we didn't have enough fish already. There's so many! Look, there's a boat that you can climb in. Welcome to David's Fish Tour. There's so much to know about fish. Hello. Hi, how are you? And welcome to probably some of the weirdest sculptures I've ever seen in my life. Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix. I'm out here on the Enchanted Highway in North Dakota. Are you feeling naughty? Where you can find this incredible yard of fish sculptures. Here I am on this big boat. This yard of beautiful iron fish statues gives real Rodfather energy. I can hear an owl in there. So if you're ever in North Dakota and you're feeling enchanted and want to take a drive down this highway, come on down. They'll have you. Hook, line, and sinker. Just drop them a line. Get a load of that fish. Are you ready to keep traveling down the Enchanted Highway? I hope you are, because I'm feeling enchanted af. Oh, you've been a big bird. Hello, and welcome to Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix. I'm pheasantly surprised at how big these are. I'm your host, David, and today we are out here in North Dakota on the Enchanted Highway, and behind me you can see these incredibly large pheasant statues. You know, when I was a kid, I tried to wear a pheasant as a helmet, but I just couldn't get my head in the game. But be warned, besties, these pheasants don't tolerate any foul language. Because on the Enchanted Highway, you go big or go home. And honey, I am thousands of miles away from my home. So if you're ever in North Dakota and want to take a drive down the Enchanted Highway, do it. I don't suspect any foul play. Yeah, you want a big bird? The movie Robots has prepared me for this moment. We continue our tour on the Enchanted Highway out here in North Dakota. Yeah, I made the birds fly with my squad. The world's largest tin family. It is a nuclear family. We have a mom and a dad and a boy here. They don't have pronoun signs, so I don't really know. I'm really interested in the texture of her hair. I'm just a quirky tin mom. Tin roof. Rusted. Keep your tin up, big guy. So, besties, come on down to the Enchanted Highway. It has so much to offer. It's a real tin and yang out here in North Dakota. We got here just tin time, baby. Join me on my North American tour of all things tin, creepy, pitchforky. Let's go. I'm out here in Regent soaking wet because this is what I do for you. What that sword do, girl? Besties, we have come to the end of the Enchanted Highway tour. Brave the storm! Because out here in Regent, you can find the Enchanted Castle. And as you can tell, yes, it is raining. Stormy! I'd rather be dry, but at least I'm alive. How do you know if you have a dragon in the house? It's on fire. This guy's a real knight for sore eyes. Last Friday night. Why are dragons always so angry? Heartburn. There's an air horn here. I wonder if it works. It does not. Now I just touched an air horn. So, besties, it is time for me to knight the dust. That's all from me on the Enchanted Highway. I'll see you next time on Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix. So we started here with birds in flight.
And I remember the road getting to this sculpture. There was a metal goose on every fence post.
I think the entire Enchanted Highway gets a toot from me overall.
I think it gets a shoot for me. I really liked it.
It was cool to see, like, because there were, how many, 5 or 6 of them?
Yeah.
And you could see the consistent theme of, like, the artwork in each piece. Like, they were all different, but they were all connected.
And all gigantic.
Huge. Like, it's just larger than life. And then next up, it's a deer.
A deer.
What a cool picture. Huge. Again.
Very.
And only, like, what, 10 minutes away?
Yeah, each stop was very, like, close by.
And then the grasshopper.
I think the grasshoppers were my favorite.
So many of them. It was cool. And the whole time we were here, we were fighting rain, thunder, and lightning, and it just... But we got out. I was wet.
Oh,
I was wet. And I was in like a see-through white tank top and leather shorts. Like, what an outfit for when it's raining. This one was loud with birds, I remember.
So many pigeons lived in these ones.
This one was like eerie.
Yeah.
Like a psychological thriller vibe. Like a clown was gonna pop out or something. Like, this one was cool.
Right.
The pheasants.
Pheasants. Also, again, huge.
Huge. Okay, I love this one.
World's largest tin family.
Oh, it's so good. This was storming.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this was actively storming.
Oh,
Hello, you, and welcome to Bowman, North Dakota. And welcome to Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix, the series where I take you across North America as we take a look at some of the world's largest, smallest, weirdest, most patriotic, creepiest things you could ever find in the USA. Because out here in Bowman, you have this cowboy riding a missile. And I'm standing here in Bowman in the middle of a rainstorm like a news agent who has to do their job. There's a snake in my boot. Oh, I caught my pants. Someone poisoned the water hole. This town ain't big enough for the two of us. Country boy, I love you. I have some projectile dysfunction. Hi there. I'm out here sopping. What do you call a really happy cowboy? A jolly rancher. So besties, if you want to come down here to Bowman, North Dakota, send me a message via horse code and I'll give you the details. But you might want to come when it's less rainy and gross. Yeah, he's not riding a horse, he's riding a missile. Missile boy, I love you. I'm just a sopping little cowboy.
Just the concept of what it actually is you're standing in front of.
Yeah.
So good.
Cowboy riding a rocket out of a fire truck. Seems right.
Seems right.
This
Seemingly ranch.
this seemed like small town America.
Right?
Small town USA. Like this is just how that goes. Oh, I love this. And this I remember was raining too.
Yeah.
And we were taking photos and my phone was like, no, you're
No
done.
more.
You're done.
You're good.
You're done. But this was a shoot for me.
Yes.
Oh, there's the picture. I just love this picture. I love the black with the denim uptown.
Yes.
So good.
And the white. What do you call them?
Fringe.
The fringe. Love a good fringe.
The Fringe Festival.
Tell me you do hard drugs without telling me you do hard drugs, am I right? To my dear friends, family, and folks at home, I'm out here just outside of Miles City, Montana, where you can find whatever the hell this is behind me. What is this? Why did it get here? Who did this? Those are all very great questions. And when it comes to things like this, I think it's best not to ask. As you can see, this pixelated baby is situated behind a rhino, a raptor, and a buffalo. If that doesn't represent Montana, I don't know what does. And after just meeting the locals in Miles City, Montana, I think this represents their town perfectly. What the actual? It's too early for this. Weird babies on the highway shouldn't be allowed in the church. Bro, I'm looking at this baby like it's the Da Vinci Code. I don't get it. What's the point? There's no signage. There's no explanation. Look what Jesus did! Babies of the corn, the join me on my North American tour of Does Size Matter Part 2, the remix, the series where I, your host David, brings to you roadside attractions, all things creepy, baby, crawling, buffalo-y, confusing things. Because out here in Montana, you have to make your own fun. And if that means putting together a pixelated baby in front of a rhino, a raptor, and a whatever the third thing is, then you do it. Because baby, you make do out here in Montana.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
This one is the biggest shoot for me. Or, because, like, what is going on
This
here?
one's a hoot for me.
I just implore you, dear audience, like, what is going on here? So,
What in the hell?
it's a pixelated baby with a what's the dinosaur?
Velociraptor?
Yeah, a raptor, a rhino, and a buffalo.
Just chilling in the middle of the field.
And we couldn't get through the fence to get closer, but you know what? We did a great job here.
Oh, yes.
Because you can't, like, the photography is right there. It's so good. It's so good.
And I remember this was Miles City, Montana, with zero explanation.
What is going? Yes, that was the thing too, because we looked online and there's nobody.
nothing.
There's like, yeah, just some guy with too much money decided to do this.
And this is the McDonald's.
I haven't told that story on YouTube. I've only done it on TikTok. So it was the morning. It was the morning. And because like we had a rainy day and we were very tired, we like wake up, we go to McDonald's because I want a bacon breakfast sandwich. And we go through and we get it. And I like open it up and look at it. And there's no egg in my bacon breakfast sandwich. And I'm like, you know what? If there was no bacon, I could like eat and be fine. If there was no cheese, like we'd be fine. No bun would be weird. I need an egg in a bacon breakfast sandwich. So we roll back around and I'm like, hi, besties. I didn't get an egg in this sandwich, so could I just get that? She's like, oh, yeah, sorry. You needed a square egg. And we only had round eggs, so we just didn't give that to you.
So we decided no egg.
Okay. So then we roll up and she hands me in a cheeseburger cardboard container a round egg. And do you remember what she asked me?
No.
Do you need a fork?
Right.
No, I don't need a fork. I'm going to put it in my bacon breakfast sandwich. What a time that was. Yeah. And then so that really left a weird taste in our mouths for Miles City because
Oh yeah.
they give out breakfast sandwiches with no eggs, and then they have this in their farm outside of the town.
Because the season of the fish smells like trout. My dear friends, family, and folks at home, hello! I'm your host, David, of Does Size Matter? Part 2, the remix, here in Great Falls, Montana, is our last stop, babes. I am currently standing in front of the world's largest rain buffalo. That's right, this mutant is crossed with a rainbow trout and a buffalo. It has been one hell of a ride here at Does Size Matter? Part 2, the remix. We have been through 6 provinces and states. We have been through 2 countries. We have been through 65 attractions with 64 outfits, because that one day was so friggin' hot I didn't want to change. And one very tired day then. Now, besties, I want to thank you for joining me on this wild tour. And who knows, one day we might have Does Size Matter? Part 3. Look at its little feet with the fins on the feet. So come on down to Great Falls, Montana. And if you do, make sure to wear something bright and sparkly so you catch the attention of every driver along the way. If I had more than 2 brain cells to rub together to come up with another fish joke, I would. But we have seen so many friggin' fish on this tour, I've had it with the fish. I'm so sparkly. Thank you for joining us. And for the last time, I'm your host, David, of Does Size Matter? Part 2, the remix. Let's go! And join me as I go back to my bed and sleep for about 18 days. And I think that's it. I think that's it, bestie. You want to go ride a buffalo? Bye!
The rain buffalo.
I do live.
And I love how you like hauled it across the street in your boots, your glitter boots.
Since I did bring those, and I was like, the glitter jacket, it needs to make an appearance, but I didn't know when. And we needed a good finale look.
Yes.
And it just matches that it's so bright. This is a shoot.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
love this picture so much.
And I love the tiny front legs of the rain buffalo. Little stumps.
That is so good. Is that the last one in this album? That's the last one in this album.
That was it.
So we finished at 2:55. And then did we hike it home after this?
We did.
This was our last day.